There was a moment I looked in the mirror and I didn't recognize the man staring back at me. Not because I changed, but because I hadn't. Hi, my name is Kyle, and this is my story. For years, I showed up for everyone, every deadline, every favor, every expectation. I was reliable, dependable, the guy people came to but never really saw. But you know who I wasn't showing up for? Me. I was working long hours to avoid the silence, the kind of silence that starts to echo louder than any noise. I was still convincing myself that this version of life, the stress, the pressure, the fake smiles, was good enough. But deep down, I knew better. I had the job, the steady paycheck, the nods of approval from people who never once asked me how I was really doing. On paper, I was doing everything right. But inside, I was exhausted mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I looked dependable on the outside, but I couldn't even depend on myself to just slow down, to rest, to breathe. I was the strong one, the one who never asked for help, the one who took the hit so others didn't have to. But when I laid down in bed at night, with the weight of everything pressing down on my chest, I felt like a stranger in my own life. I scrolled. I watched every get motivated reel I could find. I was chasing inspiration in other people's highlight reels while silently drowning in my own low light of my real life. And what made it worse was the belief that I should have it all figured out by now. That voice in my head kept saying, "Come on, man. You're a grown man. You've got a job, a routine. You're doing fine." But I wasn't fine. I was stuck. I was stuck in a life that looked successful, but it felt hollow. There wasn't a big crash, no explosive breakdown, just a quiet erosion of who I was and who I wasn't. Until one day, while I was sitting in traffic, completely still, while life was moving all around me, I asked myself something that I never dared to question before. Is this really all there is? To wake up, work, perform, pretend, and repeat. I realized something in that moment. I didn't know what I wanted, but I knew it wasn't this. I couldn't keep living my life on mute. And that really scared the hell out of me. Because if I didn't know who I was, how could I ever become anything more? But then something unexpected happened. One night after work, my partner looked me in the eyes and she asked me a question that stopped me dead in my tracks. She asked me, "When are you finally going to choose yourself and do what makes you happy?" Now, this was the first time anyone has ever asked me to stop being what the world needed and to start being what I needed. That question didn't just hit me, it cracked me wide open. So I stopped. I stopped trying to earn my worth through burnout. I stopped waiting to feel ready because I realized I already was ready. I was just on hold. And for the first time in my life, I chose me. I walked away from a 12-year corporate career and I dove headfirst into the work that would completely change my life. That work is NLP. So, NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming. I know it sounds technical, but here's what it really means. It's the science of how we create meaning, how we internalize pain, and how we run patterns that we don't even realize are running us. Everything you believe, everything you feel, everything you do starts with unconscious programming you probably didn't choose. You inherited it from your parents, from your environment, and from survival. NLP helped me peel back all the layers. It gave me the tools to understand my own mind and how to rewire the parts of me that were still living in fear from everything, from pressure, performance. So I became an NLP master practitioner, not for the title, but to rebuild my identity from the inside out. I needed to heal the parts of me, the parts that thought that loyalty meant self abandonment. The thoughts of being the strong one meant being alone. That thought that success means sacrifice instead of alignment. And now I speak to the man that I used to be, the man who is tired, burnt out, and wondering if this is all life has to offer. The man who knows that he has potential, but feels locked out of his own greatness. The man who's loyal to everyone, but betrays himself every time he says, I'm fine, when really he's anything but fine. Hey, just a brief interruption from your video to tell you about a fantastic opportunity. Do you ever feel like you're doing the work, but nothing's actually shifting? Like you're journaling, meditating, watching all the videos, but still circling the same patterns. It's not because you're broken. It's because the shift doesn't happen in isolation. You don't need more information. You need activation. The Inner Shift Society is the space where that happens. 2 1-hour calls a month, live on the second and fourth Tuesday. One call to learn and one call to coach. For just $17 a month, you're not just joining a group, you're stepping into momentum. We get into real work. This is belief rewiring. This is about nervous system work, decision making, identity, and ownership. Now, this would normally cost you $500 for 2 hours with me. I'm not going to make you pay $500 though. I am offering this because I want to help and reach more people that know there is something more. People like you, and you just don't know where to start. This is your entry point. You're one shift away from who you've been trying to become. This is your space to make it real. Come join other like-minded people, much like yourself. Click the link in the description and join us inside the Inner Shift Society. And now, back to our video. So, if that's you, like it was me, I want you to hear me. You're not broken, you're not crazy, and you're not alone. This version of you, the exhausted, uncertain, restless version, this is not your final chapter. You're becoming. And this right here, this channel, might just be the place where you finally remember who the hell you are. So if that hits you, if you feel it in your chest like I once did, stick around, hit subscribe, and let's rebuild you together from the inside out. This channel is for real talk, mindset rewiring, and identity transformation. I'll be posting weekly videos to help you stop performing and start becoming. And in the description below, you'll find free resources, links to group coaching, and ways to work with me directly one-on-one. You've got one life. You might as well live it as the man you were born to be. Let's do this.